Welcome back to my sewing room. I'm Kelly and you found me here on Pick and Stitches, and today is another field trip day. We're going to head on over to Johnson City, Tennessee, and we're going to check out Bernina in Stitches. I believe this is a new location for them, so they've got everything all set out. It was a beautiful store. They had lots of fantastic fabric, and I cannot wait to show you what we found. Ooh, look at those.
Yes.
Poppy cotton. I love them. What, you turn it back? We're here for the shop hop. We live in Knoxville, so I haven't explored too far north yet. You guys have some really great shops out this way, though. Yes.
So we have quite a bit that is permanent markdown.
Okay.
Which we can have some shop hop.
Get all the Riley Blake door banners. It's reminding me of all the ones I haven't sewn yet.
I know. Karen makes ours. So she always has hers completed, which is great.
I think the last one I did was the ice cream one.
The pillows were great too. That they had last year. We have some of the pillows.
It's a little bit of, that's a fat quarter. Or excuse me, that's a it's a jelly roll. You got me saying all the wrong words.
This is a little companion, little fun thing, color-coded washi tape stickers. Once you tear this little wrapper off, you kind of lose it because it's just a loose wrapper. So, and it's,
Oh, this is probably their, I don't know which one's their block. You're right. They may not have them like fabric for both.
And the ultimate flying geese tool ruler. All the instructions are here in the black paper. So, and her QR code shows you directions and everything. I want to show you, she does over 3 different ways making the flying geese, so I will show you those 3 ways very quick. This here is one way. There's a chart on the ruler. This is the chart here. So it's got your list of finished sizes. So I just picked randomly C, which is a 1.5 by 3. So this is cut 4 3/4, and this is cut 4 of them 2 3/4. So I took 2 of the squares, laid them on here, drew my line, sewed on each side, cut. That gives you the 2. Okay. Took those 2, added 2 more squares, and then you do the same thing. Sew and repeat, and then once you cut those up, you would have 4 half square triangles in one sew. Okay. Then this one here is just the flip and sew way. So it's the rectangle size. They tell you the 2 squares, and then you just sew on your line cut, and that will get you the 1. then this here is wiggle room when you're sewing them, so you've got extra fabric. So that's when your tool comes in that help. So we're wanting it to be the 1.5 by 3. So I'm going to show you how we would cut that up. I told you I was doing the C size. You have trim 1 and you have trim 2. So we're going to place your C line. We're doing 2 different things. We're doing the triangles on a roll and then the ultimate flying geese tool. So have you ever used the triangles on
Yes.
a roll? Okay, so are you a fan of them?
I am a fan.
Okay,
Those are very nice.
So this you probably don't need me to go through, but it's just going through how, you stitch them out.
Okay.
And how with this is the finished 2-inch. You take your fabrics, you sew your 2 lines, you cut, you would get this, and then you get 8
Okay.
out of one of the squares. So
Right.
it's a faster way to do. This is a companion book they have to go with it called
Okay.
Triangles on a Roll. It's, like I said,
Just a
it's
bunch of
not
patterns.
necessarily necessary.
Okay.
But you've got different patterns in here that use different sizes of the rolls.
Okay.
That you could, this one calls for 3.5, but if you wanted to do it like the 2.5, I'm sure you could. It's just a matter you're going to end up with a different result.
Right.
Or whatever, but you're still able to do it.
Okay.
Something they do here is how they show them all like that. Have you ever sewed them out that way, where you can do multiples at one time? So like for this 2-inch one, you would cut your 6.5 wide by the length you needed it.
Okay.
And so then when you sewing in the arrow direction of the arrows, you would be able to kind of chain sew it to get all the way through. So then if you did 3 of these squares, that would give you 18 or 24 at one time.
Okay.
So it's kind of a fast way to get that many at one little time. So
Okay.
that's kind of what they're having you do there. Out of the 2 colors, do it this color, and it probably gives you all that you need out of all of that, the way they're telling you. So,
'Cause that's a
so
lot.
that is handy.
Okay.
And then, this I've just told because, a lot of times you have to figure out how to use them. And
Right.
you may have done that already with different things, but this is a pattern we have here.
Okay.
I read ahead in the directions. It says you want to finish 2.5-inch half square
Okay.
triangle. So then you do this. There's 144 of those. Counted them up.
Okay.
So divide that by 8 because that roll also gets you 8 at a time.
Okay.
And so dividing that out, it means you would need to do 18 of these squares to get enough of 144.
Okay.
Okay. Now they use different fabrics. So I took my 18, divided it by an easy number, 6, and
Made
do
3
six,
of 3.
6 fabrics,
Okay.
and do 3 and 3, and then that event, after you got through the 6 different fabrics, that would give you enough to do the 144.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of, we just have to do a little mathematicalness and figure it all out. So that's fun mathematics.
Calculator out.
So, but that's how those work. And
Okay.
then this is the ultimate flying. Well, I forgot this. Since you already have some, this is a fun thing. I said
Okay.
it's just cute. It's the color-coded washi tape
Okay.
stickers. It's just for these. There's all the sizes in the packet.
Ah.
They're the reusable little stickers.
Okay.
That when you have your roll, and they're loose because once you tear that wrapper off, it's kind of gone. So you can use the stickers here, peel them off, use it, put them back, and then that way they're all color-coded with sizes.
Okay.
So you can kind of keep, if you've got them all thrown together, you can kind of keep yourself
See
organized.
what's what.
Yeah. So it's an organizational fun tool. That's
Okay.
what I say, This here's the Ultimate Flying Geese tool. The directions for 3 different ways to make flying geese are in here, and she also has the QR code that you can go by. But there is a chart on here that you can use. So I'm going to go over the 3 ways to do what
Okay.
she does for the flying geese. But here's the picture of the chart as well. I picked C, which is just random for this. So it's a finished 1.5 by 3, which tells me to cut this 4 3/4, these 2 3/4 times 4. You take 2 of those, lay them on top, draw your center line, sew on each side, cut. That will give you these 2.
Okay.
So you take those 2, and then you put the other squares there, do the same process, and once you cut those, that will give you the 4 flying geese.
Okay.
Okay. Another way they show is the just the sew and flip, which you do the rectangle size that it tells you, the 2 squares, draw on your line, sew on the line, cut, same thing, and then you get 1. And then also the traditional one, they say, is they cut their square into 4s, they cut these into 2s, and then you have to sew on your angles, which then would give you this and give you 4.
You hope.
Like that one.
You hope.
I don't like that one. I said I don't like sewing on the angle.
No.
But anyway, that, and I'm sure there's other ways that you can do it too. But
Okay.
whichever way you sew them, now is when you can use the ruler. That's when it comes in handy, because they've allowed you wiggle room with your sizing.
Okay.
So then we take the ruler, and there's a trim 1 and there's a trim 2. So I told you I was doing C, so I'm going to line up my C right there, okay? So I cut here and cut there, okay? 1 turn of this is already pre-turned. So here again, I match up C, and then I trim here and trim here, and that will give me my 1.5 by 3.
Yep.
So that way, all of mine look different when they get done. So then I can clean them up with this.
Okay.
And that way they'll all look uniformed when you're sewing them out, like in your little rows or whatever you're doing. Okay. And then there's also the dog ear clippers. I said it's a little fun thing too. You've got your dotted line and your sew line. You match those up. And then you have the little straight edge there to be able to just trim off the
Okay.
little dog ears that's sticking out.
Very cool.
So that's what I've got.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I can start over. Did you do that tool last year? No.
Okay guys, this was stop number 6. Thank you so much for tagging along with me. I had a great time. It was really fun to see some of the poppy cottons and fabric in person that I haven't had a chance to lay hands on, and I can't wait to see what's in store with us at our next stop. If you like watching these unboxing videos and some of my tours that we're going on, it would help me out a ton if you would hit that like and subscribe button, and until then, I will see you next time.